Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this early morning flow. Today we are at beautiful Lake Crescent up at Olympic National Rainforest in Washington. I hope that you enjoy this beautiful scenery as we float together to wake up our bodies and our minds as we prepare for this day. We're going to go ahead and start this flow in child's pose, coming to a kneeling position, spreading your knees wide. Gently start to sink your bum back down towards the floor, reaching fingers wide out in front of you, and settling into this pose. Start to gently draw your attention to your breath. Allow your focus and all of your attention to draw to the inhale through your nose and the exhale through your mouth. Perhaps you want to set an intention for your practice today, especially as we're starting out this practice as an early morning yoga flow. Perhaps you want to gently set an intention for this practice to help your day be more productive, to help you feel greater peace as you go throughout your different activities, to have greater compassion and self-love. Whatever it is you feel like your body and your soul are in need of today, perhaps you want to gently focus on that. When you're ready, start to gently walk your fingertips over to the right side of your mat, exhaling to settle in for this left side body stretch. Inhale to walk your fingers back to the center, and then gently start to walk your fingers over to the left side for a right-sided body stretch. Inhale, walk your fingers back to center. Gently start to move your hands towards your knees, placing your palms of your hands on your knees, rising up to a kneeling position. Start to gently roll your head from side to side, starting to add more movement, pausing in any area that feels tight or tense, starting to wake up those muscles in our necks and in our spine that often get stiff as we're sleeping. On your next inhale, place your hands on your knees and start to take some intuitive seated cat-cow movements. Inhale, arching your back. Exhale, pulling your navel forward, arching your back and reaching your chin to the sky. Maybe taking some more circular movements if that feels good. We'll be here for about 2 more breaths. Exhale, plant your right hand down on the floor, reaching your left fingertips up and over, and dropping your hips over to the left side for an even deeper side stretch. Exhale, coming back to center, this time dropping your left hand down, pulling your right hips away, and reaching your right fingertips up and over. You may turn your head to look towards the ceiling, pulling your shoulders down and back, inhaling and exhale into this position. When you're ready, start to walk your hands back out. This time, rather than coming to a child's pose, keep your hips lifted to the sky, walking fingertips out in front of you into a puppy pose. This pose will start to open your shoulders, your neck. As you pull your chest down towards the mat, start to notice how it feels to start to begin to open your chest and find some greater openness and movement here. Inhale, start to lift your hips towards the sky, coming onto your toes, walk your feet towards your fingertips and towards your chest into a dolphin pose. Rather than taking the optional shoulder stand here, challenge yourself by keeping your feet planted on the ground. Maybe reaching your heels towards the ground, challenging your shoulder strength, starting to fire up those shoulder muscles. Exhale, start to walk those feet back out, coming into a forearm plank. Holding this for just a moment. Inhale, walk your feet back up, coming into our second dolphin. Again, challenging yourself to keep your feet on the ground, strengthening those shoulder muscles. Exhale, walk your feet back out to a plank. This time holding it for a bit longer. Inhale, walk your feet back up to dolphin pose. Trying to challenge yourself to plant your hands on the ground from this position, rolling forward, keeping those hips high to the sky, transition into your first downward dog of the practice. Pedal out your feet. Just observe here without judgment how this pose is feeling early in the morning. Maybe it feels a bit stiffer than usual. Perhaps you observe how your hamstrings feel, how your shoulders feel. Perhaps bending your knees a bit to keep your back straight. Taking just a moment longer here to take what you need in downward dog. Inhale, lift your left leg high to the sky. Crossing it over your body, come into Wild Thing. Lifting hips to the sky. Opening up that lower back and your hips, your pelvic floor area, reaching your fingertips to the wall behind you. Exhale to sit your bum down on the ground. Reaching fingertips high to the sky, gently start to walk your fingertips forward into a forward fold. Inhale, start to gently take a seated wild camel, sweeping your fingertips along the floor and up and behind you, and then using momentum to push you back the other direction. Exhale, planting that left hand down behind you, lifting back up into Wild Thing. Crossing back over to come to Downward Dog. Take a vinyasa here at your own pace, moving through to meet in Downward Dog. As you're ready, lifting your right leg up to the sky. Crossing over, coming to Wild Thing. Again, lifting from your hips, opening up through your lower back, and finding length and stretch as you point your toes and your fingertips to pull in opposite directions. Exhale to sit down on the ground. Reaching fingertips high to the sky, start to reach forward, and then with your breath, start to gently rock from side to side, taking a seated wild camel. As you're ready, planting your hand behind you, lifting back up into Wild Thing. flipping over, coming back into downward dog. Take your vinyasa at your pace to meet back in downward dog. Exhale, lowering your knees down, this time coming to a high kneeling position, placing perhaps your hands on your lower back. Exhale, pulling your head back behind you, pushing your chest forward, coming into a heart opener for camel pose. Maybe you'd like to challenge yourself here and go a bit further by placing hands on your heels or coming to rest elbows down on the ground. Inhale, rising back up. Exhale to sit hips down, coming into a child's pose for just a moment. Inhale, rising back up, coming into our second camel pose. Inhale, lifting back up, transitioning back into child's pose. It's so important, especially in the morning, that we make time for these heart openers and these lower back openers that help prevent any damage that could be done by a forward fold heavy practice. Camel poses, bridge poses, all of those are so good at strengthening and opening our S1 and S2 joints in our lower back. Transitioning from child's pose, start to walk your hands up and coming to a cross-legged position. Inhale, sliding your feet to come into Baddha Konasana or butterfly pose. Taking whatever feels good here, maybe fluttering your knees, perhaps opening your feet like the spine of a book to read a message on the bottom of your foot, or maybe taking some gentle rocking here. Exhale, coming down to lower into Supta Baddha Konasana, lifting fingers high above your head into a diamond position, pulling your navel back towards your spine, trying to touch every part of your spine to your mat below you. Inhale, pulling your knees into your chest. Take some gentle pulses here. Pulling again your navel back towards your spine to protect the lower back. Gently pulse here. And then placing hands on either side of you, take some gentle rocks from side to side. Exhale, extend your legs down in front of you, starting to settle in and prepare for Shavasana. We often think of Shavasana as a time to relax, something that truthfully can help us sleep better, relax. But it's also such a powerful way to start out our morning by taking a moment to look inside of ourselves, to commit to our intentions. As you start to deepen your inhale and your exhale, maybe just observing any thoughts or limiting beliefs that may be running through your head. Just gently acknowledging them, thanking them for trying to protect you, but giving them the permission to just float from your head, pushing them gently away like you would push a cloud away. Consciously making the decision to think positively about yourself and to remind yourself how empowered you are to accomplish the things that you would like to this day. As you inhale and exhale a bit deeper, settling into your mat. My current background on my phone is a quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson. He says, "Write it on your heart that every day is the best day of the year. He who is rich owns the day, and no one owns the day who allows it to be invaded with fret and anxiety. Finish every day and be done with it. You have done what you could. Some blunders and absurdities no doubt crept in, but forget them as soon as you can, for today is a new day. Begin it well and serenely, with too high a spirit to be cumbered with your old nonsense. This new day is too dear, with its hopes and invitations, to waste a moment on the yesterdays. Shavasana. On your next inhale, start to gently bring your thoughts and your breath back to settle down into your body, slowly waking from this meditative sleep. Taking a moment to just internalize the peace, the clarity that you feel here. Locking that away within inside of you. Reminding yourself that you have access to that at any point during the day. Inhale, reaching your hands high above your head, bringing toes together for a big stretch. Gently rock onto your side, coming to fetal position. Taking a moment here to draw some additional strength before we go from this practice to tackle the day. Coming to a seated position, bringing hands to heart center. Lift your thumb in between your eyebrows to your third eye. Reminding yourself the power of your thoughts. How truly powerful your thoughts are, as every action and word, success or failure begins with a single thought. Committing to be more intentional with yours this day. Bring your thumb to your lips, remembering the power of your words. Choosing to be kinder with the ones you use about others, kinder about the ones you use about yourself, and especially careful with the ones you speak to yourself, even if it's just in your mind. Commit today to be your biggest cheerleader. Bring your thumb to your heart, reminding yourself truly of your courage, your potential, and your worth. As you go throughout this day, I hope you feel courage and strength and a reminder of how powerful you truly are. Thank you for joining me for this practice. Namaste.